All right, let's go. New video from Diablo Immortal. Really excited for this game. Yeah, wanted to play another mobile game other than Raid. Let's go.
Hello everyone, this is Wyatt Chang, Game Director of Diablo Immortal. Thank you all for tuning in to our YouTube premiere today. I have some very exciting news that I can't wait to share with you. To everyone who has been eagerly anticipating the release of Diablo Immortal, you won't have to wait much longer. So without further ado, check it out.
June 2nd. June 2nd. That's a little over a month. Crossplay on PC. Yeah, I think didn't they announce before that they wanted to do it only on mobile? So we have mobile with crossplay on PC. Really looking forward to this game. Yeah, I'm pre-registered now.
This is Wyatt.
I just didn't know that we had it on PC as well.
Adam Fletcher, also known as Pez Radar. He's our community lead for all things Diablo. How's it going, Adam?
Doing great, Wyatt. I'm pretty excited for all the great announcements that we had today for Diablo Immortal. Diablo Immortal coming to PC along with mobile is huge, and I know the community is going to have a ton of different questions to ask related to this, and I think the biggest one will be, why PC? Why are we bringing Diablo Immortal to PC?
It's always been our goal with Diablo Immortal to make a Diablo game a AAA experience that could reach as many players as possible. And we knew that by building it for mobile, that would be the best way to do that. Diablo Immortal is not only our first game built from the ground up for mobile, it's also our biggest and most ambitious Diablo game to date. It's going to have rich social systems. It has deep progression systems that allow players to continually play the game, customize their character, and make their character more powerful over time. As we started to explore how we're going to reach new players and bring new players into the Blizzard family, we knew if our goal is to truly reach as many players as possible, we should be on PC as well. By being on both mobile and PC, we know that everybody will be able to enjoy Diablo Immortal, whether or not you have a phone.
Sounds amazing, Wyatt. I think I'm pretty excited for Diablo Immortal along with a lot of other people. I think the next big question that the community has to ask is, when can they get their hands on Diablo Immortal?
Of course, the eternal when's it coming out? Well, the team's been hard at work, and we're really excited to be able to announce today that we are launching on June 2nd. And later that month in select Asia-Pacific regions.
That's awesome to hear. June is right around the corner. I know people are really excited for the date.
I'm in Asia.
People are also really excited to hear a little bit more about how the game plays on PC, especially if they've been following the development of the mobile version.
So does that mean I get it later?
It plays great on PC. And another thing I'm really happy to be able to share is that you have full cross-play and cross-progression. That means you could be playing on PC, and your friends that you're in a party with, they could be on mobile or PC on the platform of their choice. Yeah. And then, it's super cool to be at home playing on your PC, and then suddenly you realize you need to head out the door, so you just log out, grab your phone, log yourself in, you're right where you left off from, and you can take the game with you on the go.
That's awesome to hear that I can take Diablo Immortal on the go or play from the comfort of my own home. I think people will be really excited about that. I know that Diablo Immortal is coming for mobile and uses touchscreen controls. Can you explain to us how the controls will work on PC?
Yeah, absolutely. During our last closed beta, we added controller support for mobile, and players really responded positively, telling us that they loved being able to connect a controller to their phone to play Diablo Immortal. Well, we're adding controller support to the PC version of the game as well, so those controls will feel identical. But not everyone wants to play with a controller, so we'll be adding mouse and keyboard support as well.
That's
Yeah.
great to hear. I've personally always enjoyed playing all my Diablo games using mouse and keyboard, so it's great to hear that it's coming to Immortal. How is that experience on Diablo Immortal?
In Diablo Immortal, you can use your basic primary attack as well as movement using the mouse buttons, as players will probably be familiar using the left and right mouse buttons, and activate your abilities. By default, they're bound to 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the keyboard with a potion on cue. And for the first time ever in a Diablo game, we're also going to support moving using WASD. I really enjoy playing that way. Since Diablo Immortal, if you come from the touchscreen controls, allowed movement and aiming, it's nice to be able to move around with WASD while aiming a skill using the mouse. Feels super natural.
That's amazing to hear. We're getting WASD controls in Diablo. I think people are also going to ask, like, how does the game look on PC?
It looks gorgeous. The thing about our phones these days is our phones actually have very high resolutions. The pixel density on your phone is very high. So we can still run at a great resolution on PC, and the game just looks absolutely gorgeous.
So as you mentioned earlier, Diablo Immortal is the biggest Diablo game to date. What can players expect from this title?
Well, whether players choose to play on either mobile or PC, they'll be getting the latest in the Diablo franchise. Now, Diablo Immortal is a huge game. We've got 6 character classes, including some iconic favorites like the Barbarian, the Wizard, the Necromancer. And there's going to be a whole main quest storyline for players to play their way through. This main quest storyline is going to explore 8 different zones throughout Sanctuary. And as you go through, the timeline is set in between Diablo 2 and Diablo 3. Players are going to meet up with Deckard Cain and try to locate the fragments of the World Stone. Now, if players remember, at the end of Diablo 2, Tyrael had just shattered the corrupted World Stone, and those fragments were scattered all over Sanctuary. And so this is the player's opportunity to assist Deckard Cain in finding those World Stone fragments and destroying them.
So Diablo fans have always loved the loot aspect within the games. What can players expect for Diablo Immortal when it comes to loot?
Well, Diablo Immortal definitely has the familiar monster slaying action that players are familiar with. And when you kill those monsters, you want to see that loot pop out. And players will be able to grab that loot and use it to customize their characters. We've got legendary items that really change up your skills, as well as set items that confer additional bonuses to how your character plays. Now, during closed beta, we did get some feedback on our items as well as the general gameplay, and we have even more improvements planned, and we'll have more details to reveal about that as we get closer to launch.
I'm super stoked to hear about all the news coming for Diablo Immortal and the release date. Did you have any final closing thoughts for the community here today?
Well, it's a very exciting time. I'm very happy to be able to announce our launch date on June 2nd. And on behalf of the entire team, I want to thank everyone who's been supporting and showing their enthusiasm for Diablo Immortal. We can't wait to get the game into your hands. Now, our street date is June 2nd, but if you haven't yet already, just a reminder that you can pre-register for the game. It's going to be out on both iOS and Android, and of course now, PC.
Thanks again, Wyatt, for all the information, and thanks to everyone for tuning in today. For more information on Diablo Immortal, make sure to follow us on social media and to check out DiabloImmortal.com. We'll see you in Westmarch.
All right, June 2nd. But they did mention that they will release it on a later date for Asia Pacific, for select Asia Pacific countries. So I wonder how late, I am considered in the Asia Pacific, I think. So that would be unfortunate if I do get it. Like, I think they mentioned later in the month. So within the month of June. I hope it's not towards the final week of June. Hopefully it's somewhere in the middle or really close to June 2nd. The really excited to have this on PC because I was planning to make videos on Diablo Immortal as well. Not sure if I'm gonna do it on this channel or a new one, but if I'm gonna have it on mobile only, it would be very difficult to create videos for that. So it's great that we have this on PC as well, and the crossplay. Would love to play this with friends and possibly play this with friends on video to show all of you guys. But yeah, really excited for this one. June 2nd. That's actually yeah, just a little over a month, about a month and a week from now. Really excited. I'm still wondering about that Asia Pacific release date though. Hoping that it's not that late. But yeah, you know, I think a lot of raid players are really interested in Diablo, or maybe a lot of raid players are also Diablo players because of the art style. They're very similar, although of course the gameplay is vastly different. But the way the characters look, very similar. So I think back then when they released Diablo 2 Resurrected, a lot of raid players also went to play that one. I did play it for quite a bit. Brings back those old memories of Diablo 2. I did play every single one, Diablo 1, 2, and 3. I'm just really worried that that Diablo Immortal, it kind of looks like Diablo 3, so I wonder how they will differentiate these two games, especially now that we can play Diablo Immortal on PC as well. So it's like Diablo 3 version 2. But yeah, we'll just have to see. But yeah, really excited about this one. What do you guys think? I'll definitely be playing this game June 2nd, less than or just a little over a month from now. Let's see where this is going. All right, thank you guys for watching. Hope you had fun, and I'll see you guys in my next video.